What's going on, everybody? I finally won a local. I went 4-0 with Zeon Aggro. And yeah, so I got my tournament pack here, which will be the very last thing I open. And then they didn't have the entry packs, so they were just handing out regular packs today. And then I won the box for getting first place. So we're going to go through this. I'll show off the deck here at the end. I think I got a few things that are a little bit different than you might see. I don't know. We'll go over it at the end. Like I said, it's not exactly the same list you might see somewhere else, but, you know. Alright, so like I said, we're going to save that for last. And this is my entry pack. We're going to go ahead and start with that. And I'll try to be somewhat fast through these, you know. Now, granted, I do still need quite a bit of bulk because I don't have a lot of, this is the most cards I've ever opened for sure. So we have a Shenlong and a Zaku Sniper. Funnily enough, while I was up there, I actually went ahead and bought the rest of the alt art Kshatriyas I need. So now I have a playset. So I don't even know what alt arts I'm looking for, but like I don't have any wing Gundams or death scythes or nothing like that. So I mean, being able to get any of that, it's not really a deck that I want to play, but you know, it's good to learn other decks, and I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for, other than cool alt art stuff, I guess, mainly. So you have a Strike Rouge and a Citizens Take a Stand. But my matchups were let's see. I remember I played a Zap deck. Was the second to last deck. Last deck was a like a Shenlong Breach deck. I played a Ping deck. Let's see. That's our first LR. So we got a Buster Gundam, and then we got the Witch and the Bride. So I guess I'll put that there. Don't remember what my first deck was. But honestly, everything was pretty fast matches. I kind of just popped off and tore into them. Like I said, I got a few techs that I run in the deck, but overall, real smooth. Hey, here we go. So we got a second one right out the gate. So we got a Wing Zero and a Legao. Again, good because I don't have any. I wouldn't mind getting the ult of him just because he's gorgeous. He's a pretty card, you know. Let's see. We got a, what was that, another one? We got a Delta Plus, and then, wow, Freedom Gundam. So we are through 3 of the LRs already out of, I think that was 4 packs. I'm not counting the bonus packs that I had, but all those LRs were stacked right on top of each other. Oops. Intercept Orders and the Neon's Ares, or whatever, how you pronounce that. I have a buddy I need to give that to. He's starting a binder of that card. The next time I see him, and I'll probably have some other ones actually already. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the interesting stuff. So we have a gun cannon, and ooh, that's a pretty one. Gundam Aerial Rebuild. That's a sweet hit. I don't know if that's one of the pricier cards or not, but I mean, it's gorgeous. Oh, I wouldn't mind getting alt art Maritas. I don't really want to spend that much on them, just because like you don't even really get to see it. Extreme Hatred, and oh, there's the other alt art. Wow, both the alt arts were right. Man, and I just bought me a playset of these. Man, I should have waited. Oh, that's funny. Oh well. I mean, it's a sweet one. It's an incredible card. I got a buddy that might want it, so we'll see. Because I know he's playing the Ping deck. You know, picking up like overflowing and stuff is good, obviously. We got a duo. It's my first duo actually, and then the Zaku. Oh, and out of this, out of the winners pack, whenever we get to that, I don't think I play any of the cards. Obviously, Overflowing Affection would be sweet, and I think eventually I will play some kind of white deck. At the moment, I don't, but it'd be nice to get that, or it'd be nice to get Baby Kshatriya. So we got a unicorn there and a sniper type. Again, I think I maybe had one unicorn before this. I've only ever opened, I don't know, maybe just like 11 or 12 packs before. So I mean, this is going to be a huge impact on my just like how much stuff I have. We have a Blitz Gundam, and then we have a Perfect Strike Gundam. So I mean, already like now I have like stuff to like kind of start working towards other decks. Unfortunately, I'm going to be missing a big tournament tomorrow. I got a Sandrock and a Gelgoog. Well, I wouldn't mind getting a... I played 2 Gelgoogs in my list, which we'll get to, but getting an alt art of that, which obviously, I mean, I've hit my alts already, so I'm just kind of speaking about the future and stuff that I'd like to get. Which, honestly, I kind of like the regular Gelgoog art better. Choo Choo's Demi Trainer and another Blitz Gundam. There's gonna be nothing left. I should have started with this stack over here. Alright, let's see. We got a Big Zam and a Deep Devotion. There's all these cards, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was in the game. Because nobody ever plays these. But that's fine. I'm happy, you know, like I said, you know, just paid entry, so I got this whole box and a winner's pack for $10. Can't be mad about that. Got a Shenlong. I don't know if I had any of him. And an Aerial Rebuild, the regular version. I think he's not good right now, but maybe will be with like some of that other recycle stuff that's coming out in the next set. I think maybe people are talking about like doing a purple-white deck or something, which seemed kind of interesting. Picking up like Show of Resolves are nice. I'd like to get an alternate Show of Resolve. Got a Duel and a Battle of Aces. I mean, I don't really know now that the ults are gone. I guess just picking up more wings and death sights and stuff like that would be kind of the goal here. I guess there is always a chance for a God pack. Got a Merida and a Fortress Defense. Oh, you know what? I haven't been paying a ton of attention. I might have passed up the, because again, this is my first box. I just remembered that there's a foil resource in here. So I guess there is still that to look forward to, unless I've passed it already. We got a regular Ariel and a Gion. I don't think I have. Let's see. Silent Mass and Annoyance Ares. Let's see, so how many? So I got the 2 alt arts. Oh, I don't know why I was Supremacist. And then I have 3 LRs. Isn't it like 8? Unless I put something in there that I didn't realize was an LR into the regular rare pile. Or did it by accident, I guess. It's always possible. Gundam Ferric and a Justice Gundam. There's another one. Another Ariel. And a... Who is this? Kagiliula Atha? I'm not familiar. I don't know. I'm sure... I haven't watched Gundam in like decades, so I'm sure... You know, I'm butchering all kinds of names and stuff, so... If it triggers you, I apologize. Alright, we got Intercept Orders and another Noins there. Hey, there we go! Got the Gundam Aerial foil resource. Pretty nice. My first foil resource. I should still have another couple LRs, I think. Oops, I just smacked the mic. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Yeah, Shamlo and an Iron Fisted Disciple. Wait, are these? I'll put that there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I miss some? Okay, so I wasn't paying attention and I put 2 in the pile. So I have 6 here. I think you're supposed to get 8. I think. I don't think the alt arts count. Even though one of those, no, both of those, yeah, both of those were LRs, but I don't think they count towards your total LR count. So hopefully there's 2 more in here. You got Unicorn Banshee mode, and then another Unicorn Destroy mode with the regular version this time. And so hopefully one more. Like I said, I guess a Wing or a Death Scythe would be kind of ideal. Yes, I don't think I need anything else. We got the Zaku, and then another Destroy mode. So, okie dokie. So, overall, pretty happy. The Aerial's nice. I don't know if I'll actually use them, because I make my own custom tokens, and I have fun with those. Like I said, I literally just bought 2 of these the other day, so I don't really need this one, but this thing's gorgeous. I'm actually gonna look him up real quick. Yeah, so he's not bad. He's like 55 bucks. Pretty solid card, and from my understanding, I think he will be potentially, hopefully anyway, getting better. We got the Destroy mode, the Banshee Destroy mode, Justice Gundam, Freedom Gundam, Wing Gundam, Buster Gundam, Char's gelgoog, and another rebuild. So, pretty happy with that. We got 1 more pack, which is the Tournament Winners pack. Again, the only card that I really play is the Baby Kshatriya. Other than that, Overflowing would be sweet, because it's a good card. Let's see what we got. Hey, we got Salem Mass. It's a good looking card. Okay, so I just looked it up. Pretty crappy. Pretty crappy. It's for a winner's pack, I think it's got to be one of the worst ones in the set. It's only like 15 bucks. It is a nice looking card. I don't know if I'll keep it, or I don't know, again, if something else later in the future might make this better, or I don't know, might just trade it off for something cooler. But regardless, pretty happy with the Aerial Rebuild alt art. Might be the prettiest card I have, honestly. You know, yeah, pretty solid, pretty solid. Got some stuff, I got me a Wing Zero finally. I might not have had I think I have a Justice, but maybe no Freedom. I don't think I've actually had a rebuild before. Or maybe a Buster as well. So some stuff I didn't have. Now I'm going to go over the deck and kind of talk about the way I play it. And I don't think there's really much I'd want to change, but I've been tinkering with it. So all right, and so apologize for the glare a little bit, but here's the list. I'm gonna go over all the counts here because I don't have room to spread everything out. But 4 of the Zaku 2, he's incredible. You got to run 4 of him. For this Zaku 2, he's not as good, but still, he's alright. Only running 2 DOPs. I know some people don't run any DOPs. Some people run 4 DOPs. I like him. I think he's a good card. He's nice on when you have to go first, you do happen to get him in your opening hand. But other than that, I mean, I like his effect to just be able to just look at the top card of your deck and kind of just influence that draw a little bit, maybe even plan a little bit, be like, okay, well, I know this is coming up, so I'll save this card because be better with whatever whatever you learn from that, or just be like, ooh, I definitely don't need that card, throw it on the bottom, pray you get something better on the next draw. I like him. I could totally see if people cut him, but I think he's saved me in some games for real. We'll keep going with the Zaku stuff. So we got the starter deck for him. Again, really great resource to be able to grab. Just keep your hand full because you play a lot of stuff, so you need to be able to recycle a little bit. We have the this Zaku that deploys the token. He is excellent. He's just so sticky with that extra token. Of course, he has to be paired, but having that little guy come out afterwards, and he's a 3/1. He's still he's weak in health, but he's still got a lot of attacks. So if they have to trade into it, they can't ping it or something. It still usually can take out another unit of theirs, and then it's just there's so many times you just vomit cards onto the field and do a bunch of damage, and they're like, okay, well, I got to clear this board so that I don't die next turn. It's like, okay, well, that's one more guy that gets summoned. Even if you clear him, you don't clear him. I'm playing 4 Rick Doms. I started using him, testing him out, and I was at 2, and then I went to 3, and then I went to 4. This guy's just crazy. This guy's really, really good. Super kind of underrated play is a lot of times I'll just equip him with Amuro. Like if he's already out on the board, the next turn I'll hit him with an Amuro, rest one of their blockers, and then now he's a 5/4, so he can kill that blocker and get a breach. Oftentimes, like if I have that set up and he's already on the field, it's still probably a better play to do that than to use it with the Gundam. Unless I just, unless there's an open board and I just need more guys to attack and, playing him from hand or something. The situation, you still want to do that, obviously. But, like, playing it on the Rick Dom is just massive value that I think is really, really, really strong. And then just playing 2 gelgoogs. Again, I know this is one card that people were like playing 4, and then some people don't play any anymore. I still think he's really good. He's one of the you run out of steam with this deck, when you get towards the late game, so to speak, for this deck at least, and when you might just have one other. That's one thing that'd be kind of tricky, is sometimes you don't always have another unit to discard. But that being said, he's still one of the only ways to kind of just pull a miracle play at the very end and get that final swing in and kill somebody, So I do like him. He came in handy today as well. Then we'll go over the blue units. So I'm running 2 GMs. Again, they're fine, just in a little 2/2. I'm running 3 gun tanks. Fairly useful again. A lot of times, if I'm turn 1 or turn 2 and they don't have anything that's rested, I'll just play it anyway, because again, you just want to keep summoning stuff, so I don't think you have to get the effect off. I'm still playing 3 Gundam. I know some people don't play this many, they might play 2. I just think he's a great card. I might end up cutting him to 2. I still like him though. I don't know. This deck is still a bit of a work in progress. I've been working on this deck for a while, and I finally got it to where I kind of like it. But I feel like it's pretty solid. G Fighter is a pretty versatile card. You can equip him with the Amuro. You can play him on that turn with an Amuro, and he can attack directly with the high maneuver. You can give high maneuver to a gun tank or a Gundam or GM. He's just pretty strong. And then sometimes I'm just playing him as a 3/2. Again, you're just playing a bunch of cards out, so don't feel like you have to get that effect off. Sometimes it's just better just to go ahead and play him. A lot of times I would win just because I would do a bunch of damage real quick, and then I'd be like, okay, and I got 5 or 6 guys on my field. How do you not die next turn? And a lot of times they're like, I can clear 3 of them, but it's not enough, So just don't be scared to just throw up everything. I guess we'll do bases next. I just play 3 Falmel. I think with any aggro deck, you want to play something pretty low cost. So this is cheaper than a Corsica base. I really like the 3/1 you get out of it. I think it's plenty. Again, it can get pinged and it can be easily traded. It comes out rested. But again, that's just like another thing. This is technically kind of like playing another unit in a way, because you can just be like, okay, play these units, get a token off this guy, let's just clear my board, and then it's kind of a pseudo card draw again, because you get to pick up something from your shields. I think out of the 4 games I played tonight, I don't know if anyone hit my shields. I just kept going at them. Okay, I might have lost 1 or 2. I can't remember exactly, but most of the shields you'll lose from this is you picking up your own. And then for pilots, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. You got the four Amuro. They work with Gundam. They work with G Fighter. And like I said, you might not think about it instantly, but honestly, Rick Dom is one of the best cards you can put this on. You have the Char. Now, this card can only go on. Well, you have three targets. You have your Char Zaku from the set, and the one from the starter deck, and then you have your gelgoog. I mean, there might be some kind of niche case where you'd put it on somebody else, but probably not. You play it on one of them. The high maneuver is really, really strong. I play two Show of Resolve. I'd say not necessary entirely, but it's a good card. It can kind of save you in a pinch. I don't know. Some people don't play them. Some people, again, maybe play more. I think two is a good spot where it's like you see it sometimes, and sometimes it kind of gives you that extra little push. And then MVP is my 3 siege ploys, and I might actually play a fourth one. I did recently pick up one hollow one. It doesn't look that different, honestly. I mean, I guess you get rid of the big box on the bottom, which is cool. But anyway, this card's incredible. Like, I mean, this was just wrecking. It's one of the most versatile cards in the game. You can rest blockers so you can get through them if you don't have your high maneuver, or even if you do, maybe one guy has high maneuver and 3 or other guys don't. So you rest a blocker. You can if your opponent is attacking, let's say you've attacked with whatever 3 units, and you have 3 guys on the board here. I'm just gonna grab whatever. I just grabbed Gundams. So you have 3 guys here, and then so they're like, let's make them cheaper units, so they're smaller and weaker. So let's just say whatever. This is your board, and then again they're all rested, and they go to attack. So you're going to lose one person, obviously, but you can still then like siege ploy and then rest one of their other guys, and then that way you still maybe end up with 1 unit on the board. And again, it doesn't matter even if it's as weak as a Dop. A Dop's good enough to take out a shield, so protecting your units as much as possible so they can get as much value is just really, really good. I played a lot of these on my opponent's turn, even if I'm just like, so for example, like I said, one way to use this card that's really good is you have guys on there and they have a blocker. You can play Siege Ploy to rest that blocker so you can just, attack. But you can even, there were times, I'm trying to make sure I say this right. So like, again, I'd have guys rested, they'd attack one of them, and then I would go ahead, and the other guy was like just a blocker left. But I would go ahead and rest it on their turn. That way, on my next turn, I had all my resources to use. And it might not be every situation where that is super impactful, but it came up more than once where doing it on their turn meant that I did end up still using all my resources the next turn, and was able to put out just more pressure. And so it's kind of like playing this card for free. And again, as long as it's like a good play to do it in a situation like that with a blocker, I wouldn't do it right. I mean, if it's not a blocker, then you're probably saving one of the other units. So it's always a good play. But they might not attack with a blocker. So using this to rest a blocker on their turn, I mean I did that so many times, and it was very, very good. I love this card. It's a burst card too. Which that didn't come up in this tournament, but again, it's just so flexible. It has so many uses to it, and I think it's a cost 1. Again, Aggro loves it. It's cheap. It's just a ridiculous card. Honestly, kind of busted for real. That's the list though. It plays fast, it plays aggressive. I played with my buddy, did some practice games before, and I mean, I whooped him. I mean, there was one game I drew like 6 pilots and I couldn't do anything. I didn't have any units. It was a wild game, but I mean, that was like 1 out of like 10 games this bricked up. Most of the time, you don't even have to mulligan. Like, most of the time, you just draw your 5 cards, and you're like, yep, this can work. You can make it happen. I did mulligan sometimes, for sure, but it's just, I think it's designed in a way that And then, of course, this is the MVP. You want him in your starting hand every game if possible, because he can just instantly clear that shield. Once you clear that shield, again, it doesn't matter if you have a dop on the board. If there, I mean, not shield, I'm sorry, base. Once there's that base gone, like, it doesn't matter how weak your guys are, you just summon a bunch of them and keep attacking shield until the game's over. Again, I know, pretty basic, nothing crazy there, but I think the little bit of tech that I have in here, which again, other people are playing for sure, but I think this deck is super, super spicy. And honestly, genuinely, everyone I played against tonight just didn't have a chance to respond. I just beat them down in just a few turns. Um, but yeah, that's the list. If you have any questions, have any thoughts, or any way that you're working the list, or anything like that, or if you want to talk about new cards coming up, like I said, I think white and purple might be coming together. I think there were some new cards revealed today that I still haven't looked at. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.